vamos a seguir con nuestra aventura en Genshin. Justo, pues bueno, acabo de terminar el capítulo anterior. Tenemos muchas dudas, muchas cosas. Necesito ya saber dónde está esta señora, así que let's go. Antes de nada decirte que tienes el link en la descripción de mi canal de Discord por si quieres unirte, y de mi canal de Twitch, donde hacemos directos todos los días o casi todos los días a partir de las 8 de la tarde hora española. Y ahora sí que sí, vamos con nuestra aventura en Sumeru. Y nos quedamos pues con esta señora que no sabemos quién es, pero se supone que es una seguidora de... Tengo que ver el otro lado. Una seguidora del arconte de dentro. No ve que de vueltas hay que dar, ¿no?
There you are, Dunyarzad. We thought you might have been long gone by now.
Oh, it's you two. Oh, you startled me there.
You can relax now. We threw those people looking.
Really? Thank you so much. Unfortunately... Uh-oh. Looks like there are some coming this way.
¿Pero por qué te buscan? ¿Entonces?
Huh? More of them? Then what if...
No, wait, my body isn't in the best shape. Okay, sounds good. There's a tavern on the other side of the...
All right, let's move out. Stay behind us. We'll keep an eye out for anyone...
A ver, ¿dónde está la taberna? Ok. La que está leyendo para decir no. No tengo ni idea de nada sobre la reina menor Soy Danii.
We made it. Oh, they shouldn't be able to find us
Ella.
now. Wait, stand down, Dia.
Todos somos Paimon.
My lady, who are these two?
They're travelers that I met on
bella.
the street just a moment ago. They happened to notice that you were all...
I see. In that case, you two should scram. There's nothing here for you.
Wait a sec. Who the heck are...
I'm Miss Dunyarzad's bodyguard. Here to
¿Oh, en
see that
serio?
you
Ah, que es
don't
guardaespaldas. Yo
be
diciendo que era
safe and
eremita,
sound.
¿sabes? Es guardaespaldas.
My lady, let's get going. You've been gone for so long that your parents are worrying themselves sick.
And if I refuse to go...
It'd be easier for the both of us if you cooperated. But if you insist on not going, then I'll have to carry you like a sack of potatoes.
Hey! Dunyarzad already said she doesn't want to go back. Why?
Stay out of this. You don't understand the situation. Sorry, my lady. Even though I'm your bodyguard, your parents are my employers.
How much?
Wait, what?
How much more do I have to pay you to become your employer? So you never listen to my parents ever again. Double?
My lady, this isn't about Mora. I don't know what you think of us Eremites, but let me say this. I like Mora, but I'll never go against my principles. That's why I'm here looking for you. Sure, it's an order from my employer, and knowing your health, carelessly running around like this is gonna hurt ya. For the sake of those who...
No, you're wrong. I'm aware of my limits, and I know what I'm doing. Honest, and I know perfectly well that it makes no difference if I'm at home or not. I still won't accept reality. And every time I bring this up, they just change the subject. Dia, I know it hasn't been easy for Mother and Father, and I'm grateful for everything they've done for me. But there's someone else in this world because she saved me. The love I have for her is the same. This is my life and my last chance. So I want to do something meaningful.
Gente rica, no entenderíamos.
My lady, are you sure what you're doing now is...
Yes, I'm sure.
Fine, I won't ask you to return home anymore. But let me make something very clear. I'm only doing this because...
Thank you, Dia. Sorry for being so rude just now. My nerves were acting up. And I even brought up...
Don't worry about it, my lady. I did say that I like Mora. Besides, that's our next topic of conversation. Today's little excursion caused such a ruckus that every single bodyguard at the estate was deployed. Since this definitely won't be your last escapade, here's a little tip. You should at least make it look like your room and things are still in order when you leave. Also, you'll need someone to cover you for when you're out in... So, I'll let you hire me, my lady. This way, everyone wins. As for the pay, let's say half of what your
La
father pays.
mitad.
We can settle the bill.
Okay, deal.
Yay! Looks like they've reached an understanding.
¿Qué le pasa?
I'm fine, really.
My lady, stop trying to look tough. We're already in a tavern, so let's
I'm sorry for worrying you two. If you don't mind,
Sure! After you rest up, we want to hear more about Lesser Lord...
Ha! Well, if it isn't Dia. Haven't seen. Word on the street is that you're a bodyguard for the Homayani family.
Nah, you get used to it. How about a menu over here?
You got it. Huh? Isn't this little Miss Homayani herself?
Thank you, sir, but there's no need. I don't have a lot of Mora on me, but please bring these two the best food you have. They're my new friends, so I want to be a good host for them.
Claro, y pago yo.
Yeah! We're already super grateful for everything you told us.
How about our charcoal-baked Agelena cakes?
Me está
They're
entrando
our
hambre,
signature
tío.
snack, and they run cheap. Look, other...
They look kind of burnt and dry. Paimon will pass. Hey, come on! Paimon has personal preferences too, you know. Dunyarzad, we asked a lot of people when we first arrived, and almost nobody was interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Well, remember when you asked me if I knew how to meet the Dendro Archon? Even though I don't know...
Huh? Really?
Yes, it was when I was a child. At the time, my illness had kept me... I was stuck inside and couldn't make any friends, and my parents did their best to find treatments for me. My younger self no longer had any hopes or dreams. One flare-up was so bad that then one night, I woke up alone in my room. I was terrified. My body was... At that moment, an ethereal voice spoke in my mind. Dunyarzad.
Dunyarzad, don't be scared. You don't have to cry. Who are you? How do I explain this? You might not be able to understand. Really? Of course. I know that you're scared of thunder. That you hate taking medicine every morning. Wow, you really do. Dunyarzad, is there anything you want? What? Not really. Huh? But aren't you a child? All children... Can you make my illness go away? Oh. I'm sorry. Then, can you be my friend?
Pobrecita.
After that, the voice said, "Okay, I'll be your friend." Although my body was suffering during those days, that voice encouraged me and told me many wondrous things. Beyond my window was the flourishing Sumeru city. Beyond the city was a lush rainforest. And beyond that was the wall. Once I finally made it through that bout of illness, I couldn't hear that voice anymore. I told my mother about it, but I know that that voice wasn't a figment of my imagination. Before that, I had never... Yes, for sure. If it weren't for that voice, I would have never grown curious about the outside world, nor would I have learned how to read and enjoy so many books. That voice sparked a desire for wisdom. It had to have been the... I've been hoping for a chance to repay her kindness. In fact, I was running around today to help prepare the Sub-Zerus festival for her.
What's the Sub-Zerus festival?
It's Lesser Lord Kusanali's birthday, which was the day that she was found by the sages. It's actually an old holiday that originally celebrated Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's birthday. When she passed, I heard everyone was overjoyed when they welcomed her back to Sumeru. In those days, the festival was a huge... But because of the Academia's influence, people have gradually lost interest in the festival. The Academia actively participates in Sumeru's many holidays.
El cumpleaños de Nahida habéis dicho, bueno, hoy reaccionaremos, bueno, realmente para los que veáis este vídeo no será hoy, sería días antes. Reaccionaremos al cumpleaños de Nahida y luego a su demo y demás, que por eso me habéis metido prisa para que me acabe ya el acto 1. Así que tendrá que ver con eso.
Maybe they see Lesser Lord Kusanali's birth as confirmation of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's.
Aw, but that's awful.
¿Y han enseñado alguna vez la reina mayor? O sea, están todos súper obses. Y si Nahida lleva 500 años, ¿cómo conocen a la otra arconte?
It is.
No tiene mucho
It's
sentido.
absolutely terrible.
Esta gente no vivió 500 años.
Sure, the Greater Lord founded Sumeru, but hasn't Lesser Lord Kusanali been the one quietly protecting us for the past few hundred
Eso.
years?
Just remember that we're still out in public.
I know that people over by the Grand Bazaar still hold the Sub-Zero's festival to this day. But recently, I made a friend there who also follows Lesser Lord Kusanali. I gave her my savings because I want her to throw a wonderful festival this year.
Hold on, my lady. Does this friend happen to
Nilo!
be Nilu? The one who sends flowers?
Yes, that's her.
I saw her leaving the other day with a nervous look on her face. It seemed like she was hiding.
Yes. Initially, I didn't have much more prepared. I've agreed with Nilu to meet up at the Grand Bazaar today and see how things are coming along.
Sure, that's quite the trip, though. I'll carry you.
No, that would be too much. Even for you.
You might as well just accept the lift. If I let you walk, who knows how long it'll take us. And if anything happens to you, then...
But of course. Nilu will be thrilled to hear there are more...
Ok, vamos a ver a Nilo. ¿Qué cosas hay en la misma ciudad de Sumeru, no? Está todo junto.
Quit following me.
Por aquí. Hostia, no vea, ¿no? ¿Qué de cosas hay en la ciudad? Porque ya no es el mapa en sí, ya es que por encima y por debajo del mapa hay cosas. ¡Nilo! La linda Nilo.
Sorry I'm late, Nilu.
Oh, Dunyarzad. It was taking you so long that I assumed you got trapped. Uh-oh. But if Dia's here, that means you got caught, right?
You could say that, but everything worked out.
Not completely.
Oh, and who are these two?
Oh, meet the Traveler and Paimon, my two newest friends.
So you're followers from another land? That's wonderful. You two absolutely must... By the way, Dunyarzad, we've already started decorating the Grand Bazaar.
You're very welcome. It's the only thing I could do. Do you still have enough?
Probably? But don't sweat it. We've already finished renovating...
Wow! This place is amazing!
Not bad. Last time I was here, the stairs were full of holes.
The stairs were nothing. A little while ago, we discovered that the tree above the stage had a huge chunk of bark ready to fall off. We reported it to the academia many times, but they never sent anyone to deal with it. We didn't want anything bad happen.
Oh, probably because it was the theater asking.
The academia looks down on performers like us. They probably think it would be... We can't let that happen, though. Not only would everyone involved in the theater go hungry, but
Porque
then we
Nilo,
wouldn't be
yo
able
tengo
to
entendido que es
hold the
bailarina.
Sub-Zero's Thank the Danger Archon for Dunyarzad.
Que el arconte te lo pague, ¿sabes?
We hired someone to patch up the tree, and we also gave the stage a much... The stage is going to be even prettier when it's festival time.
And I can't wait to see you on the stage. You've been practicing so long already.
It's our dream.
Nilu, what are you gonna be doing at the festival?
She'll be dancing the dance of Sub-Zeros. The most...
Dunyarzad, have you told him the ord?
I only told them about the Greater Lord and Lesser Lord so far.
Okay. Then I'll tell you two. According to legend, the Sub-Zero's festival was originally the goddess of flowers a long, long time ago. On one of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's birthdays, some of the gods got drunk. One started playing music, and the Greater Lord started as she danced upon the grass. Countless those brilliant purple flowers became her dazzling stage. All the gods clamored, "Oh, if..." Of course they did. When people mention the gods, they always think of the Archon War. But Sumeru's gods
O
also...
sea, hace 500 años, es decir, que la mayor estaba en la guerra de los arcontes y después de la guerra de arcontes nació Nahida. Tengo entendido eso, ¿no? En plan, por tiempo.
Although they aren't around anymore, they're preserved in our tradition of dance.
This outfit I'm wearing is apparently based on how the goddess... Though we're just tiny people compared to the divine, we still have to do our best to make sure that the birthday girl feels...
Nilu, you of all people will definitely be able to convey our well wishes to the Dendro Archon. I also noticed that you went the
They symbolize the goddess of flowers, after all.
Yeah. The Greater Lord brought forth Patisaras in memory of the goddess of flowers. But she ultimately could...
Thinking about the goddess of flowers dance makes me wish I could have seen it. If my stage were anything like that... So, Traveler in Paimon?
All of Lesser Lord Kusanali's followers will be there for her birthday. It'll be a good...
Ooh, Paimon thinks that's a great idea! Hey, come on! There's nothing wrong with enjoying a festival.
Ya estamos.
Besides, it's Lesser Lord
So how about we all attend the Sub-Zero's festival together?
Junior Zod, let me show you which stage decorations we've picked out so far. Traveler and everyone at the Grand Bazaar loves Lesser Lord Kusanali, and we're all looking forward to the Sub-Zero. In that case, we'll take a look around.
Ok. Date una vuelta, ¿verdad?
Whoa! What's with your yellow hair? Did you know that the Sub-Zero's festival is about to happen? There'll be a
Huh. Revamping the stage for the festival couldn't have been I don't know much about the Grand Bazaar, but I do know that the residents here have a penchant for song and dance. Oh, and the perfume sold around here is a lot better than what you'll find elsewhere. I mean, that's, what...
Things are really shaping up, and there's a buzz around the festival this year. We're expecting people from... Don't be fooled into thinking that Sumeru City has the best
Viene
of
más gente de
everything.
otros lugares.
Some festival snacks are only offered, and when it comes to musicians, dancers, or singers, the Grand Bazaar...
Vale.
Dancing at the Sub-Zero as a child. I even asked my grandmother why we performed. My grandmother said that Greater Lord Rukkhadevata is a beloved deity and honored by all. And Lesser Lord Kusanali, the Sub-Zero's festival has been losing its appeal over the years. That is, until a wealthy benefactor stepped in this year.
Vaya, vaya. Ah, arriba, ha dicho.
Too slow.
Nilu, your outfit looks...
I thought I'd add a little extra pizzazz.
Wow, did you sew all that?
Uh-huh. Sewing is a fundamental skill for everyone in the theater company because we make all our own I've noticed that you can't keep...
May I?
Of course. The legends say that the goddess of flowers had beautiful horns on her head, so this crown was made to reflect that.
Ok.
Hey! Is that who Paimon thinks it is? It
¿Qué?
looks like... Catherine!
Qué rayada con la Catherine, tío.
Come to think of it, Paimon's only ever seen her behind the counter at the Adventurers Guild. This is the first time we've ever seen her taking a break.
¿Verdad?
Hey, Catherine!
Oh, hey! It's the Traveler in Paimon! Oh, what's shaken?
Whoa, break time Catherine sure sounds a lot less formal than usual.
Ad
Paimon was still waiting for her to
Astra.
say Ad Astra Abyssosk.
Sure. Standing behind the counter at the adventure, but saying and doing the same old things over and over again can get pretty monotonous.
Something.
Like watching the same font, but take you two, for example. You travel
Well, we enjoy traveling across Teyvat and all that, but we're mainly looking for clues.
Yes, you should keep searching. Sometimes the answers we're looking for aren't necessarily at our
Listen.
intended...
Huh. Haven't we heard someone say something pretty similar recently?
No, not particularly. I guess you could say that I'm loving the recent atmosphere here. Oh.
Alright, we'll see you next time at the Adventures Guild. Oh, by the way, thanks for connecting.
I'm sure you two will get along well with the people here. You've already been blessed by the
Vaya.
There's something really...
Hey, traveler. Paimon.
Oh, hey, Dia. What?
I've got something to tell ya. My lady knows you're looking for ways to meet Lesser Lord Kusanali, and she...
Are you serious?
It might not necessarily pan out, so don't get your hopes up too much. I'll need... my lady is feeling a little worn out at the moment.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay.
Let's head over to the Citadel of Razor.
Venga.
Squall and fury.
Joder, me equivoco.
Quit following me.
Sorry, I'm late. It took some convincing for the master and mistress to believe that Miss... Anyway, I guess I should be thanking you. I haven't seen Miss Dunyarzad that happy in a...
You sure sound a whole lot nicer than when we first met, Dia. Who would've...
It's called being a professional.
Look, Dia's blush.
Listen, you two. I don't expect to be working for Miss Dunyarzad very long, but I hope to finish things on a positive note if possible. Let's cut the chit-chat and head into the Citadel. We'll see if the
A ver si es
person I know...
verdad. A ver si es verdad. Aquí vamos a ver. Me huele así como almacén.
Oh, hey, Chief.
Algo así.
Ha, Dia! What are you doing
Chief,
here?
es decir, de ella sí es una arenita, ¿no? No me he equivocado.
I take it...
We met this morning after the Adventurers Guild.
No kidding. Huh. So, where's Ruksha? I thought I'd help these two...
Ruksha's gone over to the Academia. The Grand Sage recently since you've already mentioned...
Appreciate it, Chief.
Theft?
Just recently, the Academia lost something, and there's a chance the item is connected with the Dendro Archon.
I suppose that's one way to look at it. But let me fill you in. The Academia recently sent a convoy to pick up an important package from Aru village. The Grand Sage took the whole matter very seriously. Not only did he dispatch the Matra, but also enlisted our help in the search for leads.
You two have heard of Port Ormos, haven't you? It's the largest commercial port in all of Sumeru. You can travel there by leaving The Academia's grip isn't long enough to reach all the way to Port Ormos, so the city's a little more laid back.
Apparently what was lost has a great deal to do with the Akasha, knowledge. If you're interested, maybe you could head to Port Ormos and ask around yourselves. If you want my...
Are you serious, Chief? All the Academia students are in Sumeru City, you know.
If you're also interested...
Count me out. I've got plenty of work to do here And take it from me. If you two really do decide to visit Port Ormos, you'd best... There are even some extremists who go around shouting slogans like, "Retake Sumeru for King Deshret." Word is that more and more...
You bet they are. King Deshret's been dead for thousands.
Not everyone's like you, Chief. Even the desert natives who abandoned their homes in the wilderness still wish to... Well, traveler, that's about all the information...
Thanks, Dia! And you too, Asfan! Since we've gathered all we could for the moment in Sumeru City, let's head to Port
Miss Dunyarzad is looking forward to seeing you both at the Sub-Zerus Festival. So, good.
Okay.
Then we'll see you both at the Sub-Zerus Festival.
Vale. Seguimos pues. Ahora nos mandan a... tomar por culo. Madre. Menos mal que tengo el TP. Venga.
Quit following me. Huh.
Come and have a good look yourself. Traditional spices of the highest quality.
You've got a deal.
Believe me, I'm not making this up. Several Eremite mercenary groups are nearly an open...
Wow! Talk about hurly-burly! This place is busy! Guess that's only to be... Ooh. We know that whatever the Academia lost is related to the gods. Osfun told us to try posing as Academia students while asking around. Paimon doesn't get it. Won't we look even more suspicious going around saying we're Academia students and asking? Well,
Que nos meten en esa...
people that come through here
Nos meten en los rollos de los demás, tío. Qué locura.
Paimon bets we could find it in the market.
Welcome. Welcome.
Hi there. We would like to ask you a question.
Of course. Especially around this time of year. Many people often talk about how hard it is to get accepted into the academia, let alone graduate. Sure, we may not be Sumeru City, but Port Ormos offers beautiful scenery and a stress-free environment. Some even say it's... you see over there? Those are students from the
Qué
academia.
raritos son.
They've been looking worried and miserable ever since they got here. If you ask me, the life of a merchant is better. So long as the Akasha...
Those students seem to be discussing something. Let's
Vaya
see
que
if
con
we can
el
listen in.
pinganillo ese hacen trampa.
It's no good. I've tried asking around, but I haven't been able to learn anything useful.
There's been a lot of fighting between the different Eremite factions in Port Ormos. If we choose to move on our own, that especially the group that's constantly shouting some stuff about King Deshret and some resurrection. I've even heard that the Citadel of Regzar is starting to get fed up with them.
They're called Ain El Akhmar. Today, I heard that the thing we're after might be...
Wait, come again?
Don't you see?
Sí,
Many
no.
of the Eremites in Port Ormos, they're usually pretty wary of outsiders, but not so with students of the academia. It's because the kind of goods that I've heard that Ain El Akhmar likes to set up shop at the Jafar Tavern. Supposedly, if you're willing to...
Wait, did you say 500,000? If information alone costs that much, then how could we ever afford to buy what we're looking for?
I wouldn't worry too much. Our field of research is very niche. Who else could possibly be after that kind of shady knowledge?
Well, I guess that makes sense. Then the only thing left for us now is to find a way in. Why don't we all just pool...
Whoa! Did you hear that? A niche field of
Super
research
sospechoso.
and shady knowledge? It all sounds... So, what's our plan? Wait, didn't you hear what they just said? Buying information is going to cost us 500,000... Oh, all
Madre
right.
mía.
Paimon
Medio
never
millón.
thought she'd agree to parting with that kind...
A ver dónde está la taberna. Novia. A ver allí.
This is the place we heard those students talking about. Let's find a seat somewhere and...
Oh, you've arrived. Please, take a seat.
So, they think that they can go toe-to-toe with the boss? Ha! Once we...
They're nothing to be afraid of. Our main rival now is the Caracal Battalion.
How can the Caracal Battalion compete with the boss when they're nothing but a bunch of money-grubbing opportunists out...
Yeah, with boss's fervent devotion.
Huh. All these guys talk about is King Deshret. So they're probably...
Greater Lord Ruka Devata. That traitor and her followers must not be spared.
Madre
The day will
mía.
come when King Deshret exacts vengeance on Sumeru, and all of them shall be punished.
Yeah, Paimon was wondering what they meant too.
Claro, lo normal. Coger, sentarme aquí, sentarme aquí al lado de él y ya.
Who are
Por
you?
la cara.
What do you want? Travel...
Now's probably not the time to talk about that. Didn't the students say Eremites are wary of outsiders?
A student? What's a student from Sumeru City doing in Port Ormos? Ah, well, if it's info you want, you've come to the right place. The question is, can you afford it?
50 moras, ¿sabes?
Here, this is the merchant's address. Whatever you're looking for, you'll find it there. Well, what are you waiting for?
Oh, that's right! We heard you mention King Deshret just now. We're actually interested.
Fine. Since you've already handed over the Mora, I guess I can... As you can see, members of Ain al-Ahmar are devout believers. Years ago, King Deshret founded the great desert nation that was our homeland. King Deshret was the rightful god of wisdom, but he was betrayed by a companion he trusted.
So, you mean the...
Greater Lord Ruka Devata, yes. That shameless wretch destroyed King Deshret's civilization, and our ancestors were forced to flee to this. Furthermore, she conspired with the academia to cover up the truth.
De que en realidad no se sabe lo que pasó porque nadie estuvo en ese momento.
Benevolent facade for which she is
Bueno, mi hermano sí.
But the story doesn't end there. Oh no. King Deshret isn't truly dead. The voice of the... Mark my words, our god shall return. And when that day comes, all followers of the traitor and all the death... If what I'm saying makes you shiver with fear, it might not be too late for you to become a believer of King Deshret. I don't have anything to say to you academia people about that. I think this conversation has reached its end.
Not just yet. This man...
¿Ve? Lo sabía. Sabía que iba a aparecer. Prontito. Me olía ya prontito a la fe.
Yes, it's me again.
Madre
I already
mía.
warned you that if you weren't willing to sit and discuss things... Listen to me. That address he gave you is fake. Or at least, you won't find a merchant waiting for you there. This group has been boasting all... Once you show up, they keep up the act until they have hard evidence that you want to purchase said item. Then they use...
Hey! Shut it all, Hatham! What are you playing at, trying to ruin our business like this?
Si se llama Al-Haytham o Haytham, ¿por qué le pusieron en español Alacén?
I told you the other day. I wish to discuss my...
Ha! The boss made it perfectly clear that he won't...
Yes, and in no uncertain terms.
But I'm warning you, don't push us, or this could get ugly. We don't usually get rough with people from the academia.
If you're suggesting that we escalate this from a verbal exchange to a physical one, I accept. After all, even the... If, on the other hand, we can't agree on any means of negotiation at all, I will jeopardize the Eremite's reputation, which I know... I am quite confident that if I began to take such action, your boss would willingly approach me himself. Also, a word of advice. I suggest you tell your boss exactly what happened here today.
What did you say?
Consider this. Have I ever failed to follow through on...
This guy is really out of his mind.
Okay, then. If you really have a death wish, let's meet a week from today. The pier in front of the Pharos Lighthouse, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, sharp. Don't expect us to hold back.
Not so fast. First, you return the 500,000 Mora to them.
Please, I beg you, don't provoke them. We can't afford any trouble with this crowd. They haven't even paid for their food yet.
Ah, Mr. Iman. There appears to be fewer staff in the restaurant recently. Someone who chooses to do business with a group like that really can't afford to get so flustered the instant someone confronts them about it. Consider the meal compensation for our silence. I'd say you're getting an excellent deal.
Whoa, did you see that? He not only got us our Mora Plus, he seems to know a lot about what's going on around here.
Venga, venga.
He went that way! After him!
Alacén, ven para acá.
Wait up! It's Al-Haytham, right?
What do you want? No need for thanks. My goal was to get to them, and you two gave me just the opportunity. Oh, I advise you to keep your distance from them. Since they weren't able to make off with your Mora... All right. Goodbye.
Hold your horses! We still have something... Since you tore through their scam right in front of them...
Who exactly are you two?
Pero ahí se refiere con
Why
la
are you
cosa.
inquiring about that? A student. Right. Look, you should know that those thugs conducting business with you had nothing to do with your lie.
Huh? Oh, yeah! She's really strong! Weren't you saying something?
She doesn't even have a vision. Forget.
Maybe not, but she can still use elemental energy. Otherwise, there's no way we'd go asking for info from Those high-headed thugs are definitely gonna bring a lot of backup for your next meeting.
All right. I accept. Got a pen and paper?
Es que parece que estamos hablando de cosas un poco raras.
Merchandise. We'll reconvene at the appointed time by the pier. It doesn't matter if you...
So, since you were happy to give us this merchant's information...
You were willing to part with 500,000 mora for something and you didn't even know? Okay. Well, if you truly are as skilled as you claim... Look, if you've been making inquiries, then you have to know something by now. Tell me what you know so far, so I don't waste time repeating information.
We know it's connected to the academia somehow, and that not only do the Eremites deal in it, but some students want to get a hold of it.
You know almost everything there is to know, but you're unable to compile this information because you've never seen... This is what you've been looking for.
Huh? Paimon can't tell what it is. It looks like...
This is a knowledge capsule. To put it simply, it's a vessel that can store a fixed quantity of canned knowledge. Anyone who links it to their personal Akasha terminal instantly becomes privy to its contents. Correct. Anyone. Unlike the Akasha, which heavily regulates who can access what information, knowledge capsules...
That's amazing!
It's essentially a convenient and harmless vestibule for knowledge. Unfortunately, it's illegal in Sumeru to privately...
Por eso hablan de la cosa, porque es súper ilegal.
They were created as a means for scholars
Madre mía, cómo nos gusta la ilegalidad, meternos en todo.
and are intended to be destroyed immediately
Madre
after
mía, no
use.
podemos evitarlo.
But despite strict regulations, some of these knowledge capsules will always escape destruction. After all, there will always be those. Over the past century, a wide variety of canned knowledge has been leaked from the academia. Now, meanwhile, those which the Eremites deem to be useless to them occasionally prove useful to the common citizens and well, I think that about sums it up. Oh, so that's your true With our current arrangement, I don't believe I can offer... You're still resolved.
Uy.
Fine. Let's talk
De hecho,
some...
básicamente ahora hacen que quieres a cambio, ¿sabes? Plan. Yo también le diría esta la cena, la verdad. Al final no nos ha dicho nada. Ah, vale, ya vamos a seguir hablando con Alacén. Perfecto. ¿Y esto? A ver. Nos llevan a un lugar apartado, ¿eh?
If you wish to learn more about the knowledge capsule that the academia lost, then you
Siempre
must help
igual.
me with some. I need you to find someone named Dory, a traveling merchant.
Esa es la que parece un genio de la lámpara.
Unlike the peddlers who hawk inferior knowledge capsules, she often has quality goods in stock. Some say that as long as she's guarded against people from the academia because most of her wares don't comply with I think she blacklisted me. I met with her informant, but it soon became clear that they become one of Dory's customers and earn her trust.
Why do you want us to meet with her?
Until you complete this task, you don't have question privileges.
Vaya.
Fine.
You two are outlanders who haven't been here for long, so Dory should view you as safe clients.
También te digo, otra vez
I'll give you
estamos
the
confiando en
informant's
gente que
address
acabamos
and
de
their
conocer.
contact password. Beyond the password, though, I have no way of knowing what other tricks she might have up her sleeve. You'll have to...
This is kind of nerve-wracking.
The true challenge begins after you meet her. She has a keen nose for Mora and a shrewd eye for wares, and she only likes... I'll prepare some funds for you. Buy her eyes
Venga, otro lugar.
and earn her
Primero
approval.
Tartaglia y ahora la Alacén.
What? We only just saw a knowledge capsule for the first time. We don't know how to tell which one...
That's true. Have you two heard of elemental sight? Oh? That's a surprise. Guess I'll have to hold you in higher regard.
Vaya.
Here are 2 knowledge capsules. Tell me, can you detect any difference in their quality?
They look...
try inspecting them with elemental sight.
How'd it go? Did you see anything?
Rumor has it that higher quality knowledge capsules generally appear brighter when viewed through element. That's because knowledge originates from Irminsul, the root of Dendro power itself. The more powerful. However, some canned knowledge with a high concentration of elemental energy is of little use in contemporary. Using elemental sight is merely a stopgap measure. But
that sounds pretty impressive.
Here's a sheet with the informant's location and contact password. And here is the Mora. Don't be cheap. You'll need to spend to catch Dory's eye. Oh, and be sure to exercise some caution. There have been...
Matra?
They belong to the Academia's regulatory body. They also handle cases of illegal canned knowledge transactions. The Matra are razor sharp. You're in for nothing good if they lock their sights onto you. Okay, then we have a deal. If you succeed in your dealings with...
Qué largo es el acto 1, ¿no? Llevo casi 3 horas con el acto 1. Qué locura.
Let's follow these instructions and try to get in contact with him.
Squall and Fury.
Hello. What are you two looking to buy?
Wait, are you sure you're remembering that right? Paimon doesn't think it was that on...
What a unique palette. We have unripe horror fruits, but we...
Following the paper got us past the first round.
Ronak, these two want to buy unripe horror fruit.
Got it. You too. Please follow me.
Ah, la contraseña para que nos lleve con esta señora.
Sense. We haven't seen a customer wearing a Sumeru rose for quite some time.
Hold on. Let me think. Sumeru rose means common merch.
Pues no lo sé. No me gusta este mundo, la verdad.
We're obviously wearing morning flowers.
Ah, my mistake. I do apologize.
Whew. That pop quiz sure was scary.
Es que a mí este mundo me da miedo,
The warehouse is up ahead. Please follow me. Before I retrieve your products, I need to confirm. Please forgive me, but we may not have sufficient stock for you today. Earlier, many of our hara fruits were taken by mice.
Hold on. That's not right. Taken by mice means...
I'm sorry. But as things currently stand, we won't be able to fulfill your order. Why don't you...
He's cautious of us. Let's take a closer look at the paper that...
Es que yo no he visto el papel de la C. A ver, ¿dónde está el papel que nos da la C? Habrá que mirarlo todo, ¿no? Aquí está. Quiero comprar una flota sin madurar, pedir información, llevar una flor funeraria, llevar una rosa de Sumeru. Vale, ratón, cliente. Caracal. Se ha llevado por ratones. Se ha llevado por caracales. Qué paranoia, a mí es que este mundo me da mal rollo, lo siento. Empacar, ciudad de Sumeru, cliente hábil. Pues nada, tenemos que jugárnosla.
Before I retrieve your products, I need to confirm. Please forgive me, but we may not have sufficient stock for you today. Earlier, many of our hara fruits were taken by mice. Thanks. If better goods come in, you'll be the... You look like you have some skill. Why don't I pick out some fruits that'll make you dizzy?
Que no sé, es que como ya estudia eso.
Yep, that's the right answer. But eating hara fruit that makes your head in...
Would you like your hara fruits to be packaged in the Sumeru city or
Yo,
Port
eso sí me lo
style?
sé.
I'm guessing that you're going for a more traditional packaging since...
Wait a sec. Sumeru city style means we're only buying a few things.
Perdón, yo qué sé.
I'm sorry. But as things
He's cautious of us. Let's take a closer look at...
Qué paranoia, tío. Por tío, ¿qué he hecho? ¿Un examen?
But we may not have sufficient stock for you today. Earlier, many of our horror fruits were taken by mice. Thanks.
Va a ser la segunda todo el rato, ¿no?
Skill. Why don't
No,
I
el
pick out
primero,
some
la
fruits
primera.
that'll make you dizzy?
Yep, that's the right answer. But eating horror fruit that...
Would you like your horror fruits to be packaged in the Sumeru City or Port Ormos style? Wow, you two sure are generous customers. We'll be sure to pack it. Okay. Everything has been confirmed.
Madre
The story
mía.
is waiting for you up at... Shoot! It's the Matra! Run!
What? The matcha? Where? I'll hate them said we're done for if they catch us. We gotta get out of
¿Qué
here.
dónde está la mantra?
We don't know this area, so let's follow that informant.
Por aquí no, yo lo he visto entrar por aquí.
He ran that way.
Joder, qué lío. Estoy diciendo a mí este mundo no me gusta. Paranoia de...
Too slow. Quit following me. The wind rises.
Hey, if you're hiding from the Rishbaland tiger, come this way. Another password. Huh? Oh, that voice came from behind the building on the right.
Here, over here.
Qué chadori.
You can stop running now.
So you were the one who was calling out to us just now. But, are we definitely gonna be safe here?
These two good customers wish to buy some horror fruit, Miss Dory. And if there's nothing...
Oh, very good. Thank you.
Decirme que no parece un genio de la lámpara.
Wait, you're Dory? I'm unsure.
Hey, what are you trying to say, Princess Pea-Brain? I can be scary enough when I need to be, believe you me. But it seems you two have actually done pretty well so far. Not only did you manage to find the informant, your reactions were also pretty sharp.
Paimon's not sure if that's supposed to be a...
I can't risk doing business with people who start huffing and puffing after just a few paces. No matter how much more they might have. Not only will they get caught by the Matra, but they'll also get us into trouble. So that's why I prefer to have It's your first time here, but don't worry. I won't ask too many questions. Even if you wish to buy enough knowledge capsules, as long as you have lots of round, shiny Mora, then we're all good. Ah, yes, of course, of course.
Wow, she has a trove of canned knowledge. Whew. She'd probably be...
What kind of products do you seek, my dear customers? Don't take this one, for example. An analysis of the sociological ideology and dialectics of the Hilichurls. Only 3...
Yeesh. Who would want to be an expert?
Or how about the architectural styles and construction method? With this one, you can become an expert in historic architecture preservation.
Ooh, now this sounds like...
2 million Mora, and it's...
Whoa!
Of course, you are free to pick whatever your heart's desire. The contents and price of each...
Alright, let's try the method that Al-Haytham mentioned.
Vale.
Ah, you've really...
We'll take these, please and thank you.
My, oh my. You are blessed with a taste for both the exquisite and the... Listen, I have a special offer for you two. If you spend just 100,000 more on...
Say what now? Hey, did you hear that? Spend another 100K and we get a capsule worth a whole million! But all the canned knowledge we just bought is easily worth 500,000 more.
Da igual, pero los otros no tienen valor.
We can get something worth 1 million.
Hemos cogido los que tienen valor.
Think about it. We've gone to all this trouble to get this canned knowledge. And so far, everything... Aren't you even the least bit curious about how this whole canned knowledge thing works? We're talking instant knowledge here. Don't you want to try it yourself? Come on, come on. We still have around 100,000 of Al-Haytham's moral left. So let's put it to good use by finding something useful.
Excellent. Then please, select from this
Hold on a second. Paimon thought we could choose whatever we wanted. What?
Oh, but my dear customer, the knowledge capsules over here are worth 1 million mora each.
Oh, Paimon has a bad feeling about this.
Let's
use Elemental Sight again to check.
Tómala, ¿ves?
So, what did you see? So, they're all worth about the same amount? Well, anyway, the mora's already been spent, so let's at least try to find something useful. Let Paimon take a look here. An introduction to traditional Sumeru brewing techniques. Not sure we'd ever find volumes 1 through 7, but at least this knowledge should be useful, right? Let's go with this one. Dory, we'll take this one.
All right, very good. I'm expecting some new goods in the next couple days, so be sure to check back again soon. Whether it's...
Our dealings with Dory went smoothly enough. Let's head to Wakala Funduk and...
You two...
Whoa, there's so many people from the academia here. Why would you pick this place as our meetup spot?
Well, Wakala Funduk is under the academia's control, so naturally the academia has people...
You're a pretty daring guy.
Relax. No one here is interested in anything we say, and the Matcha won't...
Okay, we did what you asked. So, can you tell us about the knowledge?
Before that, I have to ask. Why are you two so intent on tracking it down? You don't have to answer, of course.
Yeah, she just wants to meet the God of Wisdom and ask her about something important. When we heard that the academia had lost something that might be related to the...
In that case, you're on the right. A short while ago, the academia lost a knowledge capsule in the desert. It's supposedly a divine knowledge.
Wow, there's really such a thing as that? Hey, if we find it, do you think we could learn how to meet the Dendro Archon?
¿Dónde nos estamos metiendo? Da un poco
I doubt it
de...
has any mystical properties, but it doesn't...
So, where exactly?
That's what we need to find out next. I won't deny that. I am investigating because I'm curious as to... As you know, the Eremites in Port Ormos also have their eyes on it. It is an extremely... Several brigades have been vying for ownership of it as of late. My personal finances and connections cannot compete with those of the Eremites. I agreed to forego ownership of the Divine Knowledge Capsule in exchange for the opportunity to study it. However, there are those who are less amenable to negotiation.
They adamantly believe that the Divine Knowledge Capsule contains King Deshret's power, and that he will return to this world when they obtain it.
So you kept hounding them because they refused to cooperate?
Yes. Ain al-Ahmar isn't exactly wealthy, but its members are determined to get that capsule by any means necessary. So, I've been sabotaging their business to force them in. The Divine Knowledge Capsule should be up for a secret auction within the next few days. Each brigade will place their own to ensure the capsule's security and to evade the Matra's notice. The winning brigade, unless I know whose hands the Divine Knowledge Capsule ends up in, Maya Dory is the most reliable source of information, but that avenue was previously...
In other words, you wanted us to befriend Dory so you could find out...
Yes, you can say that. But this arrangement harms... The day after tomorrow, go back to Dory and try to purchase information on the Divine Knowledge Capsule's whereabouts. If I get the opportunity to study the Divine Knowledge Capsule, I will relay my findings to you. Will that suffice as compensation? Okay. Then we'll meet up in...
Al-Haytham, before you go, we actually...
You two want to try using a knowledge capsule? Doing so right under the academia's nose is a bit problem...
Joder, qué largo. sea, acto 1. Y más de 3 horas. Todavía no he acabado. ¿Hola? ¿Cuánto van a durar el resto?
All right. This place works.
Here.
Sword fighting techniques 8. Huh.
Really? Ah, yeah, what a great buy!
If you want to determine the efficacy of this capsule, I can evaluate your combat ability. We can conduct a controlled experiment where you fight 2 battles. One before you. While you fight, we can use an Akasha terminal to monitor your various physical. There may be variances in your physical strength between the 2 tests, as well as a disparity in your opponent's abilities.
Wow! Hey, Thumb! You must have been one of those, Paimon's curious about something, though. You definitely weren't one of those students who needed canned knowledge to graduate from the academy.
When you are unable to understand a researcher's actions, most cases can be attributed to curiosity.
Sounds like...
All right, let's begin the test. Just fight.
Sí, nada.
Too slow.
Por vuestra culpa ya no leo almacén, leo almacén. Por vuestra culpa, tío.
I'll link your Akasha terminal to record. The next step is to use this knowledge capsule. Hold it in your hand. I'll help you establish.
Hey, how are you feeling? You mean that it worked?
All right. Time for round 2.
Too slow.
Squall and Fury.
Wow, qué cambio.
Quit following me.
Wow.
Now, I'll start recording.
Oh, hey, Thumb. How's it go?
Well, the knowledge capsule you purchased did improve her combat capability.
Wait, how much?
Vamos, una caca.
Dory's such a jerk! She totally scammed us!
Of course, this could be because she is so powerful that the capsule's contents were unable to predict. At the very least, this test allowed me to gain more insight into you two. I'm heading back to Ikela Funduk. I await your response in 2 days' time.
Y nada, no terminamos. Espera 2 días. Encima hay que esperar 2 días. Si puede hablar con Dory y no terminamos el acto, lo dejamos aquí, ¿eh?
Here, over here! Oh, welcome back, my loyal patron. You name it. Canned knowledge, supplies, or anything else you need. I'll find a way to get it. Can you really get us anything we want? Anything at all? Uh-huh. So it appears that canned knowledge alone is no longer sufficient for your opulent appetite. Then please, oblige me. Tell me what you... Oh! I knew customers with pockets as deep as yours, but you know, that kind of information... After all, I had to work really hard to weasel my way into the auction site. Not to mention that if anyone... But how can we be sure your information is accurate? Paimon's curious. How... Because to me, anything of value is what I consider to... As for the information's authenticity, well, you've no need to worry about that. I used a camera to take a picture of the transaction. That way, no one can dispute it. It's always a pleasure doing business with such sterling patrons. Now that you've paid in full, here's the scoop. The divine knowledge capsule was purchased. Ein El Ahmar? You mean the Eremites who worshipped? Ah, so you're up. The group has done everything in their power to obtain the divine knowledge capsule. That divine knowledge capsule is unlike any other canned knowledge I've seen before. The capsule is clearly visible in the picture I took. Thanks for the info, Dory. Please, it's my pleasure. It's all thanks to discerning customers such as yourselves that my efforts yesterday were not in vain. Please, don't hesitate to contact me if you ever need any... Well, we figured out where the divine knowledge capsule is. It turns out it ended up in the hands of Ein El...
Venga, vamos a informar a ALMACÉN.
Oh, hey, Thumb! We got the info you wanted!
Really? All right. Let's hear.
Dory even gave us evidence to verify.
Huh, look at that. Clear as day. It must have taken some guts just to infiltrate the scene of the... All right. The person in this picture is indeed Misery, the lead... In which case, if we play our cards right...
At first, Paimon didn't get why you were provoking these Ein El Ahmar guys. But now, it sort of makes... After we defeat them, we can finally have a serious talk with their boss and get them...
Thank you for your time and efforts. Take a few days off while I make some preparations. Let's meet up again on the... See you then.
Oh, Hatham sure is taking his time. Where could he be? Oh, there he is.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Let's head to...
Yep, let's go.
No, no va a terminar. Pues nada, pues lo dejamos por aquí. Qué acto más largo y todavía no ha terminado. La prisa es porque hoy queremos, bueno, os prometí ayer, el día antes de grabar esto, que terminaría el acto 1 para poder reaccionar al tema de Nahida, lo del cumpleaños, la demo y demás. Pero es que es eterno, por eso estoy con las prisas, pero es que ya llevo 3 horas, más de 3 horas de acto. Creo que es la primera vez que un acto es tan largo. Los actos suelen durarme más o menos como mucho 2 capítulos, pero es que ya llevo 3 y todavía parece que le queda. Madre mía. Muchísimas gracias por llegar hasta aquí, por ver el vídeo y no te olvides de darle like y suscribirte para más contenido de Genshin. Nos vemos en el siguiente capítulo. Gracias.